two identical rectangles partially overlap each other over here as shown below. The area of each rectangle is 128. And then they say that the length is twice the breadth. Find the breadth of a rectangle. Now, shall we look at this rectangle? They mentioned to us that the length is twice the breadth. Okay, which means that if this one is 1 unit, then this entire thing must be 2 units. What will happen right now if I cut this rectangle into 2 equal parts? If I cut this rectangle into 2 equal parts, each part will become a square. So which means that this will be the same as this will be the same as this. And this will be the same as this as well. If this one is 2 units and I cut it into 2 equal parts, right? Wouldn't this be 1 unit? Now, why would I want to do that? It's because if I cut the rectangle into 2 equal portions, the area would naturally be, now area of square, this will naturally be 128 divided by 2, giving me 64. Now, if this one is 64 cm square, how am I going to find the sides? Very simple. So I'm just going to find the length of square would be like what I taught you previously. It will be square root 64. Square root 64 will give me 8. So it means that each side will be 8 cm. How to double confirm? You just take 8 multiplied by 8, you'll be getting 64. Okay, so therefore the length of the square is 8 cm. Now, if the length of the square is 8 cm, isn't the length of the square the same as the breadth of the rectangle? Therefore, this 1 unit will be 8 cm. So I'm going to cancel and I'm going to write 8 cm instead. And then here, instead of writing 2 cm, 2 units, I'm going to write 16 cm instead. Okay, now, so your part A is done. Simple. The second part they mentioned to find the perimeter of the figure. Let's figure out what are the kind of stuff that we require and then what are the length of each of them. So over here, we have 8 cm, which means that this one is 16 cm. So this would be 16 cm as well. Okay, and here will be 8 cm. Now, for this entire portion, right, they mentioned that this one is 3 cm. Since the length is 16 cm, wouldn't this be 13 cm? So this entire thing would be 13 cm. If you notice, what I'm trying to do is that I'm putting a circle around the numbers that I need to add up in order to find the perimeter of the figure below. Now, I'm ignoring this part first. I'm going to explain to you later. I'm ignoring this part as well. I'm also ignoring this part. So if this is 13 cm, this will naturally be 13 cm as well. Okay, then now I have this will be 8 cm. Okay, so what I'm left with will be this, and this, and this. So do you realize that these 3 lengths, 1, 2, and 3, okay, if I push this 8 cm up all the way here, into here, wouldn't the 3 of them combine to become 16? So instead of individually finding out what is this, and what is this, and what is this, I can just add them all up together, and then it will be 16 cm. Okay, so after you labeled all of them, right, go and double confirm. Do you have all the length that you require? Okay, so I have this, 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 I have this. Okay, so this one will be 13, and then I have this, and then I have this. Now let's add them all up together. So I have 16 plus 8 plus 13 plus 13, okay, plus 16 plus 8. That will give me the full answer over here. So let's just throw all these numbers into a calculator and then let's see what we get for the perimeter, right? So just take out your calculator. I'm using my handphone calculator. So that will be 16 plus 8 plus 13 plus 13 plus 16 plus 8. So that will give me a grand total of 74 cm. Okay, so this will be the final answer. So this will be part B. So for a question like this, right, if you are unable to find individually each of the lengths, but you know that together they add up to become 16, that will be good enough because you're looking for the perimeter. The question is asking for the perimeter of the figure. The question is not asking for what is this, or what is this, or even what is this. Okay, so take note. So for parents who are watching this, you need to be able to teach your child how to bring this length to the top. So when you bring this length to the top, help them to visualize that this entire thing is equivalent to this. So for certain kids, right, whether they are in primary 4 or primary 5, their brain is not sufficiently developed. It is biologically true. Some of them, the brain is not sufficiently mature enough, right, to understand spatial relocation. So in the case of this, you have to teach them to start moving the length. If you teach them to move the length and then explain to them how the entire thing looks like, they will then be able to they will be able to utilize the concept of spatial relocation. Alright, done.